tent and was listening to him, and thought he was funny. Some things that he was saying I could comprehend. Other things I'm going, boy, that went over my head. And I was like, boy, he's really young. He's nice looking. Anyway, I bought the Meditation for You kit before I left, but didn't do anything else with him for quite some time then after that. That was the only thing. I did read the books, and I did do the meditations. In that kit was actually the Sri Yantra. So I've had that since that time. Actually, after I had gotten married, at that time I was still single, and then I finally decided to get back to my seeking, and didn't get back into that until 2012, and found a meditation, a local meditation that was free, actually, that was offered by the Life Bliss Foundation here locally. So got back connected, started doing the meditations with them, and then went to my first IA in 2014 in Cambodia, and have been connected ever since. So, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing. So he found me, and I'm not letting go. Anyway, I have other stories to tell as well. Some things that, I look back and I'm going, oh my goodness. I'm like, he knew about me even before I even knew about him. Anyway, so, but that's probably not the topic we want to talk today. But it's just been beautiful.
Start talking about Swamiji, we cannot stop ourselves.
I know. Lots of stories to tell.
Yes.
So, and then went to quite a few programs. So I went to Cambodia, and then I went to the 10-day Shivoham program in Varanasi in October of 2015. Then I went to, in 2016, I actually went to 3 programs that year. That was my year. I went to Kumbh Mela in Ujjain, and then I went to Inner Awakening, because I hadn't been, of course, in September, October of 2016. Then I went to Sadashivoham in 2016 in December. And then I didn't go again until Mahasadashivoham in December 2017. Was only planning to stay for that program, but then ended up while I was there, found out that there was a yoga teacher training right after, which started about 2 days after the ending of that program, and ended up manifesting staying another 3 weeks, and went through the yoga teacher training. So blessed to have gone through that. And then just doing all the online programs, did online Paramashivoham last year, season 1, and started volunteering, did the Ganas program, and still here. So in 2018, when it was going to be at the Adi now, but I did not go. I started to plan to go. I had put some money towards the program. That we need to start building the nation, right? The Kailasa nation. So he was mentioning that, if people want to give, go ahead and give, whether that be money, land, time, talent, energy, right? And 2 days before, either 24 hours or 48 hours before that, I was talking to my family, and I'm like, well, who wants to go to the program with me? Because I tried to get them to come to Mahasadashivoham. I didn't tell them what I was doing, but I paid for everyone to come, and I, got their visas. All we needed was plane tickets. And so I just kind of surprised them with this wonderful information. And they're like going, well, we're not going. Anyway, I'm like, okay, all right. Anyway, so then the next year in 2018, I was just like, I said it, 2 days before Swamiji mentioned this in the satsang. And I'm like, well, who's going to Paramashivoham with me? And they're like, we're not going, mommy, both my children and my husband. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, Swamiji, what do I do with this information? I'm like, what is the deal? I'm like, what needs to be completed, right? So then he had the satsang and said, offer your time, talent, and treasure. And I was just like, okay. I'm like, all right, this is how it's going to happen. I'm like, he said, he's bringing Kailasa to us, right? I'm like, well, that's how it's going to have to happen for my family. Kailasa is going to have to come here to the Schuler household. So I took the money that I had put down so far and transferred that to, actually, no, I'm sorry, I could not because it was a different account. So, but I took what I had and I donated some money. And that's when my journey for SJP actually started. Did not realize.
Just a minute, as you're sharing, just for the viewers to know, when she's sharing, she's saying the SJP. SJP means Sarvajna Pitha. Sarvajna Pitha is that people contribute their talent and treasure towards building Kailasa.
See,
for the happening of Kailasa.
See, like when Paramashiva has come down, literally cosmos, for the whole Kailasa to happen, whether the time that is needed from people or the talent or the treasure, everything, the cosmos has sent down. So beautifully, Swamiji shares, like 7, I think, sorry, it came in the palm leaf reading, 7 crore beings have happened to support the avataric mission of the avatar. So each person have their own roles. Each of them, the Sarvajna Pithas, the Sarvajna Pitha Ejamans, for the treasury of Kailasa to happen. And so beautifully, so happy, Ma, that even you got to be a part of that team. Just wanted to explain this to the viewers.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ma.
Thank you for explaining that, Ma. That was beautiful. So that's when my journey for, Sarvajna Pitha Yejaman had actually started. And so I contributed some money, and then I decided to contribute some more, and I did about half first months to my husband. At that point in time, I had the honor of Ma Pranapriya holding my hand the whole way, and Ma, I should have done what you told me to do, and I should have done the whole amount all at once. I did not. So any advice to those of you who are doing Sarvajna Pitha Yejaman, if you can do it all at once, do it all at once. That is my advice to you. So I waited, trying to figure out a way to tell my husband what I had offered to the organization, and I just did not know how to tell him. So he actually found out on his own. Wasn't so happy with me, but that's all right. Anyway, I stood my ground, and then eventually, that was in December when all of that happened, and in December of 2018, and then I completed the rest of it in June of 2019. And then offered it as Tulip Autumn that month. And then ever since then, I started to accrue some debt. Anyway, not a lot, but it just started and it just started creeping. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is going on with what's going on in my life? And I'm like, okay, there must be a reason for this. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm just waiting. But, in order to receive, we have to be ready for it, right? So my time is coming. It's coming soon. It has now been a while, and this minor debt is going to be paid off, because it's really, in the scheme of things, it's minor compared to a lot of other things in life. It's just that I've never gone through something like this before. So it's my time to experience this. It's my journey. It's no one else's journey. It's my journey. Because it's kind of interesting. I see my husband and beautiful things happening for him. But of course, I can't sit there and tell him, that, Swamiji's blessing you. The cosmos and the universe is blessing you with multiple opportunities to have in this life. And I know it's because, I know he's not connected, but because I'm connected and my children are connected to Swamiji, all of us get to partake in the blessings, and so does humanity. So it's not just our family. I mean, the more we give, the more that we can actually receive. So that opening is coming up, but I know it's coming soon. So
I wanted to tell you what Swamiji told. Actually, if you see, observe all the people who have been having wealth breakthroughs in their life. All the people as billionaires or millionaires today.
Mm-hmm.
If they all would have gone through that phase of utter, where they are, real poverty.
Mm.
Because that prepares us to have our inner space ready to receive. See, they need to go through certain insecurities, fears. They need to come over it. Only then your inner space will be ready for the huge wealth breakthrough. But fortunately for us, we don't need to experience suffering. Without that, he just gives the most minimal, what is only required, and prepares our entire inner space ready to receive that huge.
And also, Ma, you also received the in this Adi Parashakthi. You want to share a few as well, Ma?
Oh, yes. So, so I asked a question about all of this, because I'm still trying to figure this out anyway. But now it has come to light anyway. And yes, I mean, up until this point, I was just more curious more than anything. I'm like, I asked for wealth consciousness, because I've been carrying some of this debt, right? And so Ma Devi Parashakthi, she blessed me with the knowledge, enlightenment, and rightful living. And I can't remember, you guys Tamil, I can't remember all the interpretation. I'd have to read it again. But but basically no pain, no suffering. And I mean, throughout all of this, I mean, I've really not felt pain and suffering, more confusion or trying to figure it out. I mean, the logical intellectual part of the brain, which just need to drop that and just go with it, but just holding on to Swamiji and just going along for the ride. So, but it's just been beautiful. So that's why I just know that things are on the up and up. It's going to be a beautiful journey. It has been and will continue to be.
Of course, Ma. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. Now, before we enter into the next sharing, let's take a short break.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for being here, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. If you start serving others, irritants and suffocations, because obsessive, compulsory, reactionary patterns are always centered on selfishness, arrogance, violence. If you start serving others, everything will become all right. All over the world, they want the Rathotsava to happen. From Guru Purnima to Navaratri. I want all Annalayas to be open to people. Give free food with the free library. Food for stomach and food for consciousness. Both. One book, my Bhagavad Gita, will be gift. Go from house to house, door to door. Collect whatever people can contribute. One handful of rice, $1, or any small 1 kg vegetable, anything people give. It's one of the best spiritual practice. Madhugari Bhiksha. If you guys start doing this, everything, all the best things will be showered on you guys. And Paramashiva more and more will manifest in temple also. If you start serving others, easily you will get out of many obsessive, compulsive, reactionary patterns and suffocations. Because obsessive, compulsory, reactionary patterns are always centered on selfishness, arrogance, violence. If you start serving others, everything will become all right. All over the, I want.
Yes, welcome back, dear viewers. And we next have Ma Anna Maria. We have Ma Anna Maria who's joining us. And we've been going through a lot of interesting and exciting sharing from people, different walks of life, different places. Just wanted to read some comments that people have posted. So many of you are responding in the comment section.
Actually, I want to share Sanjay Vekkaria's experience that he has posted. He says, I remember I first saw Swamiji on YouTube when I was searching for why we should be vegetarian. I wondered, who is this strange person? But I kept watching, and finally I could not stop. Lol. After that, I was completely in awe and full of love. So beautiful, Sanjay Vekkaria. Yeah, that experience was so sweet. I think so many of us can relate to it. We never even realize when we fall in love with Swamiji, but we suddenly realize, oh my God, we're already in love with Swamiji and we could not stop loving Swamiji. It's just so beautiful, that experience that you shared here. Thank you so much for sharing. Actually, it would be wonderful if all the viewers, you can share about your journey with Swamiji, with your experiences. How are you feeling? How are you experiencing these Akashic readings that Devi Parashakthi herself is doing?
And so many of you are excitedly listening to these sharings, having clicks, posting your clicks. That's beautiful. So we have more people who are coming to share, who are joining here to share with us their journey. So next we have Ma Anna Maria, Nithyananda Ma Anna Maria.
Okay, Nithyananda Ma, can you hear me?
Nithyananda Ma.
Yeah, okay. I don't know where to start. I've been with Swamiji for a couple of years. And it's been quite a journey. I was in the spiritual field before meeting Swamiji for many years, and I wasn't really getting where I wanted to be. And I was still searching for something. I didn't know exactly what, but I had a difficult time when I found Swamiji, even though I was a spiritual person before. And I found that he had something that was very different from everything that I've ever known before, having been exposed to spirituality before, quite a lot. And I basically, I just have to say it's a big surprise when he answered my question in the readings for Parashakthi. It was very unexpected. I was very surprised. I was also a bit scared because I didn't understand the language. I didn't know what he was saying. I was thinking, was that really me? It was really me. I was like, really? Wow, that's amazing. I couldn't believe it at first. So, and he mentioned something about knowledge, and because he knows, probably he knows. I remember Ma Atmadaya telling us when I was saying how much I want to talk to him, he said, but you can talk to him 24 hours every day. Why are you, what's your problem? Why are you upset that he's not talking directly? And I said, okay, I think you're right. I should be thinking like that, you know. But when he addressed me directly, it was really, it was a bit overwhelming, I think, for me. In the beginning, I couldn't believe it, but now I feel like I really am heard. So he really is hearing me, and he's really there for me. Wow. And I think this is my most important shift after the reading. Because I knew he was hearing me, but now I'm sure. It's like that. I'm like, no more doubts. Yeah.
It is beautiful. So beautiful, Ma. Actually, that case, like literally, so many people are just waiting. Wow. Can you just remind once from Swamiji? Is Swamiji listening to me? And I'm talking to Swamiji's picture. Is Swamiji listening to me when I'm just talking to Swamiji? And today, your experience, what you shared, is really beautiful. Yes, Swamiji is listening to each and every one of us continuously being with each and every one of us.
So what do you enjoy the most about this Devi Parashakti's Akashic reading? Every day where Swamiji is sitting and attending to so many people, what do you enjoy the most about the Parashakti's Akashic reading?
To be like, I enjoy to see how happy he is, how happy she is. It's like that kind of, it puts me in the same space. Like, even if maybe I'm tired or maybe I don't feel very well in that moment, but looking at his eyes and how happy, how much joy is there, it's like, okay, that's interesting. So no matter, it's like, it's giving me the idea that no matter what life brings, there's still goodness in the world, there's still happiness, and he's there to prove it and to make sure that we get it, that he's there.
Powerful cognition that you need it for this time, especially, Ma, because very beautifully said. Yes, so many tough times can happen, so many ups and downs can happen in life, but yes, he is always there with us, for us, and to bring us that real happiness. And true, despite of so many things happening, continuously facing it and still coming. What the compassion, right? Coming and being so blissful and making us all blissful, making us all experience that space. Wow, what a compassion Swamiji has, like, really beautiful.
Yeah. I kind of try to imagine what kind of state he is in, and I try to mirror the neurons as we have been instructed to do, so we can get the benefit of that space. And well, of course, it's still a journey. I still don't really understand, of course, but it's helping to, I don't know, put me in that space. And sometimes even when I go to bed that night after the darshan, I just feel I have so much energy. Like yesterday, for example, I couldn't sleep. I was too full of energy. I had too much and I didn't know what to do with it. And I was just happy without any reason. And I knew that was because of that. I'm not like that. In the evening, usually I'm feeling pretty sad, pretty low, tired. But after this, I felt energized and couldn't just, I don't know what to do with so much energy. So that was really something for me. Yeah. And I just want to share that he said something about knowledge, so nobody could know that possibly, because I still am a very intellectual person. I read a lot, and he said something, I will give you the real knowledge. That's exactly what I was thinking of. He couldn't, like, nobody could know that thought in my mind. Nobody.
Wow.
You know. So I'm sharing now because I feel like I have to express this gratitude towards him and Sangha, and because it's exactly what I wanted when I found him. I wanted something real. I felt that the knowledge I was given wasn't something was missing, or you know. So I'm still learning, I'm still studying, I'm still practicing, but I feel like this is the way which he says is real. So I'm just I'm on the right way, so to speak. Yeah.
You know what you're sharing beautifully shows, and Swamiji says, right, even before you know you, I know you. Even before you choose me, I choose you. It is only because I choose you, you can even choose me. Only because I decide to see you, I decide to happen in your life, you decide, you even see me or stumble upon me. It is so beautiful when you share. What was in your innermost being? What was a need that you were feeling? Without you verbalizing it, Swamiji just knew, and Swamiji just happened to it. It was so beautiful, Ma.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoying your sharing a lot. So, is there anything else that you want to share, Ma?
I don't know. I think it's for now. I think I don't want to. You know, I could talk a lot, like for hours. I'm the kind of person that can talk and talk forever. And he said something like, "I will give you the knowledge that is beyond discussion." That's exactly what I need to stop doing. I'm talking too much, even in my head or with other people. I'm too philosophical. And he was like, he knew what I was doing wrong. I think I'm not doing, I mean, he says the mind is an illusion. So I have too much mind. I have to stop that and focus on the consciousness, not on the mind or something. That's how I feel. So like that. Yeah. And for me, the space that I need to achieve more is to be more and more unclutched, because I've been studying a lot. I did a lot of academic studying, and that kind of cluttered my mind a lot. So I cannot really have that unclutched space so easily, because I think too much. So that's exactly what he had to.
The right time. All you need to do is just enjoy watching Swamiji as Parashakthi every day. You just do that. He does the rest for you.
Yes,
Thank you so much
Thank you,
for the sharing. Thank you for coming and sharing. This is a
And
very beautiful sharing.
Yes,
Thank you,
Ma.
Nithyananda.
Nithyananda. And now we have more and more people joining. Now we saw people from the UK and people from the US coming and sharing their experience of Devi Parashakthi. Now we have few of our devotees who are from Tamil Nadu, who are going to come and share their experience of listening to Devi Parashakthi and much more. We have Krishna Gataya, and for joining with all of them is Ma Nitya Pranapriyananda, who is going to be leading us through that beautiful sharings with them. So let's have a short break before we get into the further sharing.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service, helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awake second response, alive response for life continuously.
Nithyanandam. Next, we're going to have Sri Nithyananda Ayya from Tamil Nadu to our show today. I welcome you, Ayya, for the show. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam.
Yes. So, Ayya, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers today? A little bit of background, how you were connected to Swamiji, how your whole family, including your son-in-law and everybody is connected to Swamiji, and your experiences of being Swamiji's devotee.
Okay. Tamil பேசலாம்.
Yes, I can translate. Yes, sure.
2010ல சாமியை முதல்ல நான் பார்த்தேன்.
So I met Swamiji in
சாமிஜி திருவண்ணாமலை ஆசிரமத்துல முதல்ல கிரிவலம் வரும் பொழுது அந்த ஆசிரமத்துல நான் வந்து ஜீவன் முக்தி புக்கு வாங்கி படிச்சேன். படிச்சு சாமியை பத்தி அப்பதான் எனக்கு நல்லா தெரியும். அதுக்கப்புறம் 2010ல வந்து ஏசிஎஸ் மெடிக்கல் காலேஜ்ல நடந்த கல்பத்தரு தியான முகாம்ல கலந்துக்கிட்டேன். குடும்பத்தோட கலந்துக்கிட்டோம்.
So I met Swamiji in 2010, especially in Thiruvannamalai Adinam, and then following that, I attended the workshop with Swamiji in 2010 with the family in one of the workshops in ACS College.
நான் என்னோட இப்ப எனக்கு வயது 48 ஆகுது. நான் என்னோட 15 வயதுல இருந்து ஆன்மீக தேடல் எனக்கு நிறைய இருந்துச்சு. சாய் டிவோட்டிஸா, புட்டபர்த்தி சாய்பா டிவோட்டிஸாவும் நான் இருந்தேன். நிறைய ஆன்மீக புக்ஸ் நிறைய படிச்சிருக்கேன் நானு. அப்படி இருந்தாலும் பகவானோட சாமிஜி எழுதின ஜீவன் முக்தி புக்கு வந்து என் வாழ்க்கையில பெரிய மாற்றத்தை ஏற்பட்டுச்சு. அதன் மூலமா சாமிஜியை நான் பார்த்ததுல இருந்து சாமிஜியை நான் எப்படி உணர்ந்தேன்னா, சாமிஜியை வந்து குருவாகவும் கடவுளாகவும் உணர்ந்தேன்.
Very nice, Ayya. So what Ayya is sharing is basically he was a seeker since childhood, and he's right now 48 years, but since 18 years he was very much into spirituality. He was seeking through various masters, various books, especially through Sai, Satsanga, etc. But when he read Living Enlightenment compiled by Swamiji, he felt a huge transformation in himself, and he realized that Swamiji is not only a guru, he realized Swamiji is God himself.
இப்ப கூட நான் அதை உணர்வேன். எப்பயுமே என் வாழ்க்கையில நிறைய சம்பவங்கள்ல வந்து நான் அதை வந்து சாமி ப்ரூவ் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. எப்பயுமே சாமி இப்ப பிரபஞ்ச சக்தி வந்து சாமி வடிவில உருவம் உள்ளதாகவும் உருவம் இல்லாதாகவும் எந்நேரமும் நம்ம கூடயே இருந்து நம்மளை வழி நடத்துறதா எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஆழமான அனுபவங்கள் நிறைய ஏற்பட்டிருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி அதை நான் வாழ்க்கையில உணர்ந்திருக்கேன்.
So what Ayya is sharing beautifully is he always feels that every minute, every second Swamiji is with him. He is listening even to this sharing. He's just operating. He's just surrounded by Swamiji, and he feels that cosmic consciousness. Everything is being operated by Swamiji, and Swamiji is protecting him, is with him throughout.
அதே மாதிரி சாமிஜி ஏக்கங்கள், பல துக்கங்கள் எல்லாத்தோடையும் வந்து பகவானை வந்து நாங்க பார்த்தோம் குடும்பத்தோட. அப்ப எல்லாருமே சாமிஜி வந்து எனக்கு பெரிய சப்போர்ட்டா வாழ்க்கையில எனக்கு கிடைச்சாரு. பல அனுபவங்கள், சாமியோட கிளாஸஸ் வந்து பல வெளிநாட்டுல சிவோகம் நடந்த கிளாஸ், 2012ல ஐஏ, இது மாதிரி பல, அதாவது சாமிஜியை நான் பார்த்த உடனே எனக்கு என்ன தோணுச்சுன்னா, அந்த செகண்டே வந்து எனக்கு கிடைச்ச இந்த அனுபவத்தை வந்து நான் எல்லாத்துக்கும் நான் கொடுக்கணும், அந்த உணர்வு எனக்கு உடனே ஏற்பட்டுச்சு. உடனே எங்க இடத்துல வந்து தண்டையார்பட்ட இடத்துல ஒரு சென்டர் நான் ஆரம்பிச்சு, நான் அடைஞ்ச அனுபவம், எனக்கு ஆழமான அனுபவம் நடந்துச்சு. இந்த அனுபவம் வந்து எல்லாத்துக்குமே கொடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லி அப்பயே நான் சென்டர் ஆரம்பிச்சேன். சென்டர் ஆரம்பிச்சு வந்து நாங்க எல்லாத்துக்கும் நிறைய பேர்களை சைவிஸ்டா ஆக்கி, எங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச நண்பர்கள், உறவினர்கள் இந்த மாதிரி சைவத்தை ஃபாலோ பண்ண செஞ்சு, சாமிஜியோட சத்தியங்களை வாழ செஞ்சு, இப்ப நாங்களும் வாழ்ந்து, அதாவது நம்ம வாழ்ந்தா மட்டும்தான் அவங்க வந்து ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவாங்க. அதே மாதிரி நாங்களும் வாழ்ந்து அவங்க லைஃப் சப்போர்ட்டாவும் இருந்து வந்துகிட்டு இருக்கோம். அதுவும் சாமிஜியோட
how Swamiji is protected, and he has caused so many realities, and he has been part of so many bigger programs including Shivoham, Inner Awakening, etc. And he always felt that what he has got from Swamiji, the life transformation and all the other blessings, he really feels that it has to be shared with the whole of the humanity. So just for that reason, they've started a center, Padika Mandir, in Tandayarpet in his home. And as a family, they have been propagating there. So he's been experiencing so much shift in them and also in him.
அதே மாதிரி பெரும் பாக்கியம் சாமியோட கோயில் வைக்க பாக்கியம் எங்களுக்கு கிடைச்சிச்சு. 2 years முன்னாடி சாமிஜி வந்து அவரை இனிஷியேட் பண்ண டெய்டிஸ் எங்களுக்கு கொடுத்திருக்காரு எங்க இடத்துல. இந்த கோயில் நடந்த அற்புதமே எப்படின்னா, எங்களுக்கு கோயில் கட்டுற வசதியும் எங்களுக்கு கிடையாது. எல்லாமே சாமிஜி அந்த கோயிலுக்கு உண்டான நடத்துற பொருள் செல்வத்துல இருந்து கோயில் கட்டக்கூடிய இதுல இருந்து எல்லாமே அவரே கொடுத்தாரு. நான் எதுவுமே செய்யல. ஆனா நான் ஒரு இது கூட நான் இந்த கல்ல எடுத்து வைக்கல, எல்லாமே அவர் தான் பண்ணாரு.
So he's also telling one of the blessed moments in his life is to be able to run a temple, and that too Swamiji has blessed the deities, he has energized the deities, he has given everything that is required to start a temple. He did not have to spend anything, but just Swamiji showered with energized deities with all the things that is required to run the temple, and he considers that as one of the blessed opportunity of his lifetimes. ஐயா, உங்கள்ட்ட ஒன்று கேட்கணும் ஐயா, எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்றீங்க தேவி பராசக்தியோடைய ஆகாஷிக் ரீடிங்ஸ் as a family? நீங்க எல்லாருமே எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணி அத பத்தி என்ன சொல்ல விரும்புறீங்க ஐயா? So I'm asking ஐயா, what are his experiences of receiving the grace and blessings of Devi Parashakti? As a family, all of them have received the blessings. I just wanted to ask ஐயா, what would he like to share with all?
கோயில் வைத்து இப்ப சேவை பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். அதே மாதிரி பல அனுபவங்கள், அதாவது வந்து எனக்கு 2 குழந்தைகள், அவங்க கல்யாணம், இப்ப என் பொண்ணு கல்யாணம் நடந்துச்சு. இப்ப சாமி சரியான தெளிவு வந்து என் பொண்ணை கூட வந்து என்னன்னா எங்க ரிலேஷன்ல கேட்டாங்க, அசைவம் சாப்பிடுறவங்க. அதாவது நாங்க வந்து சைவிஸ்ட் தான் வேணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு சாமி டிவோட்டியா பார்த்து சைவிஸ்டா பார்த்து கல்யாணம் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். அது வாழ்க்கையில மிக திருப்தியை எனக்கு ஏற்படுத்தியிருக்கு. அவங்க மேற்கொண்டு அந்த என்னோட வாரிசு, எங்க பெண்ணோட வாரிசு எல்லாருமே வந்து சைவிஸ்டா வர்றதுக்கு சாமி உதவி செய்வாரு. அந்த சைவிஸ்டா தேர்ந்தெடுத்து பண்ணணும்.
So he's also sharing that with Swamiji's blessings, he also found a groom for his daughter, especially who got recently married, and he wanted to ensure that everybody in his family follows Shaivism. So he found a person who is also Swamiji's devotee and practices Shaivism, and he feels very happy that this engagement has happened, and now just recently they got married. So joining with me, Manyanatma Swami, would you like to ask anything from? Yes.
ஐயா, இப்ப தேவி பராசக்தி வந்து உங்களை வந்து உங்க ஃபேமிலியவே பிளஸ் பண்ணாங்க. எந்த விதமான நம்ம பக்தர்களுக்கு யாருக்குமே இந்த கொரோனா வியாதி வந்து யாரையுமே டச் பண்ணாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பிளஸ் பண்ணாங்க. அத உங்களுக்கு நீங்க கேட்ட உங்க ஃபேமிலி இந்த தேவி பராசக்தியோட அந்த அருள் ஆகாஷிக்கு நீங்க கேட்ட போது உங்களுக்குள்ள என்ன ஒரு அனுபவம் நடந்ததுங்கயா? So I was just asking, Devi Parashakti blessed Ayya and is continuously blessing humanity, saying, I will protect all my devotees and none of you will ever have, Corona cannot do anything to any of my devotees and I'm protecting. So I'm just asking Ayya's experience to share when he had Devi Parashakti's blessings. Nithyananda Ayya, are you able to hear me?
பராசக்தி ஆகாஷ் ரீடிங் வந்து எங்களுக்கு ஒரு பெரிய வரமா அமைஞ்சிச்சு. அதாவது இந்த கொரோனா வேலையில சாமிஜி கிட்ட நாங்க கேட்டிருந்தோம். அம்மாவுக்கும் உடம்பு சரியாம இருந்தாங்க.
During this Corona time, the Akashic reading was such a big blessing, and my mother was also not feeling well. ஐயா சொல்லுங்க ஐயா. Sorry for the technical glitch. We'll be right back after a short break.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuous. Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuous. If you start serving others, easily you will get out of many obsessive, compulsive, reactionary patterns and suffocations, because obsessive, compulsory, reactionary patterns are always centered on selfishness, arrogance, violence. If you start serving others, everything will become all right. All over the world, they want that Rathotsava to happen. From Guru Purnima to Navaratri. I want all Annalayas to be open to people. Give free food with the free library. Food for stomach and food for consciousness. Both. One book, my Bhagavad Gita, will be a gift. Go from house to house, door to door. Collect whatever people can contribute. One handful of rice, $1, or any small 1 kg vegetable, anything people give. It's one of the best spiritual practice. Madhugari Bhiksha. If you guys start doing this, everything, all the best things will be showered on you guys, and Paramashiva more and more will manifest in temple also. If you start serving others, easily you will get out of many obsessive, compulsive, reactionary patterns and suffocations, because obsessive, compulsory, reactionary patterns are always centered on selfishness, arrogance, violence. If you start serving others, everything will become all right.
Dear viewers, welcome back. We were hearing from Krishna Katha Ayya.
Nithyananda.
Yes, sir. We were hearing from Krishna Katha Ayya his experience of Devi Parashakthi Akashic reading. Yes, Ayya, please go ahead.
ஆகாஷ் ரீடிங்ல சாமிஜி அம்மாவுக்கு வந்து உடம்பு சரியாம இருந்தாங்க. கடந்த ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஆகாஷ் ரீடிங்ல சாமிஜி கிட்ட கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தேன். சாமிஜி அவங்களுக்கு வயது வந்து 87 ஆகுது. சாமிஜி இந்த மாதிரி அம்மாவுக்கு உடம்பு சரியில்லை சாமி, நீங்க தான் டேக் கேர் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன். சாமிஜி வந்து ஆகாஷ் ரீடிங்ல நான் வாழும் கைலாயும் உனது வீடு, உன் குடும்பத்தில் உள்ள அனைவரையும் நோயின்றி காப்பேன்னு சொன்னார். நான் அம்மாக்கு மட்டும்தான் சாமி கிட்ட சொன்னேன். ஆனா எல்லாத்தையும் நான் காப்பேன், அஞ்சாதே அருள் செய்யறேன். அம்மாவுக்கு மரணம் இல்லை. பகவான் சொல்லியிருக்காரு மரணம் இல்லை. மரணம் இல்லைன்றது அதாவது பகவான் கைலாயத்துல இடம் கொடுக்கிறாருன்றது எனக்கு நல்லாவே தெரியுது. அவங்க திருப்பி பிறக்க மாட்டாங்க, திருப்பி பிறந்து இறக்குற இது வராது. அந்த ஒரு பாக்கியம் பகவான் வந்து அருளியிருக்காரு. பகவானை நாங்க வந்து வணங்குறதுனால, கைப்பிடிச்சதுனால பகவான் அந்த பெரும் பாக்கியத்தை அருளியிருக்காரு. அது பகவானுக்கு மிக்க நன்றி நான் சொல்லணும்.
நீங்க சொன்னது மொழிபெயர்க்கிறீங்க. What I was sharing is my mother was 87 years of age. I had asked blessings for healing for my mother, and the Parashakthi manifesting through the supreme pontiff of Hinduism blessed, saying I will the Kailasa in which I am living is your house, because Ayya has a center and a temple in his house. He says, I am living in your place. The Kailasa I am living is your house. I will heal all your, not just your mother, I will heal your whole family. Your mother does not have death. And Ayya was saying that, I only ask blessings for my mother, but ரொம்ப நன்றி. நீங்க இன்னைக்கு வந்து லைவா நம்ம என்டிவில உங்களோட அனுபவத்தை வந்து நீங்க பகிர்ந்துக்கிட்டது ரொம்ப நன்றிங்க.
நன்றிங்க சாமி, வாய்ப்பு கொடுங்க.
Nithyanandam. So next we have joining us for sharing Manoranjan Singh. Nithyanandam, Manoranjan ji.
Nithyanandam ma.
Nithyanandam. Just a moment, we will have our NTV operator project your video on. Yes, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Nithyananda. My name is Manoranjan Kumar Singh. I am from Nepal. Basically, I am a Devi worshipper from Sak Samudaya. I am an initiated disciple of Swamiji. I know Swamiji from last 3 years. Formally, I got initiated by him at 2019, November 23 and 24, that day, during the Atmalingam Mandala process. And that time I was given Shiv Diksha and Vishesh Diksha by him. And from that day, I have so many experiences, spiritual experiences. Earlier, I had experience, but it was not continued. But when I get initiated by Swamiji, the experience, that dimension was manifesting in me, which I was accidentally felt during meditation before. After initiation, it was like daily routine. So in month, I have at least 1 or 2 energy darshan of Devi or some other deities. And there are so many experiences, like I can hear Mahavakya when I am silent. And it comes from the outside space. And my whole family, my wife, my both children are initiated. I am by profession, I am a civil engineer working in a government organization. And this is a brief introduction of me.
Beautiful, Aya. Beautiful. So, what is the experience that you would like to share about Devi Parashakthi Akashic readings?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, Devi said, you need no worry, Corona will not touch you. Even who is not my devotee, who has come to my feet, Corona will not harm them. And that is exactly happening, ma'am. Two of my relatives were suffering from Corona, my father-in-law and brother-in-law. I am so good internally that I have no fear that they will be harmed by Corona. Now they are fine.
Wow.
I just prayed Swamiji to heal him, and that is happening.
Wow.
More proof than this, man. And next, with Swamiji, I also joined the Pachapatni Bhartam, which was of 35 days. I want to share some experience of those days. Actually, in those 35 days, in morning, when I chanted Gayatri Mantra, that time Devi itself came in my meditation and gave me energy darshan. In 35 days, almost I had darshan in 32 to 30 days, 3 days of Devi. Few days were only missing, 2 to 3 days. And in that day, either Swamiji or Paramashivoham himself came and gave me darshan. So it was an amazing experience, man. I cannot explain it in words. And she will come. She was coming in different forms, with different faces every day. Most of the time, she came as Kali and Durga, but the face was different. And after the Vratam also, last week, Mahakali and Mahakal were walking in a jungle, and there were 2 devotees also with them. That darshan was reading the satsang of Swamiji. I had closed my eye and listening to Swamiji's words, and that time that darshan happened. And that time the Mahakal and Mahakali were almost 10 to 12 feet in height, and the devotees were in between 5 to 6 feet. And today itself, in the morning when I was chanting Gayatri Mantra, I saw a book which was full of mantra. I was trying to read and recite those mantra, but only few words I could read. But it was also a very nice experience that Swami is giving me such type of experience that I can download book, or I can be able to download book or such mantra. So this is amazing mind. Swamiji literally protecting everybody who are their devotee, and he's protecting me and my family also. I thank Swamiji for giving such an experience in this life.
Wow.
It was not possible. It was not possible with my own effort only. It is Swamiji, due to his effort, I am experiencing such amazing things, such spiritual
amazing experiences, especially as a Shakta, as a Devi worshipper, having the darshan of Devi and, receiving the initiation and so many spiritual experiences that you have had. So beautiful to hear that from you, Aya. And I know you're also making a decision to become a part of Kailasa by being a Sarvajñapita Yajman, and wanting to become a part and starting your journey towards becoming a Sarvajñapita Yajman. And what is it that inspired you to take that action? Why do you want to be part of Sarvajñapita?
Yes. I said, man, there are so multiple experiences I cannot Swamiji. And with that inspiration, I am intending to offer as Sarvajñapita at the sacred lotus feet of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam. And I can say, with my experience, that Devi Parashakthi is very intensely manifesting nowadays, and expressing herself through Swamiji, who is himself an incarnation of Paramashiva and Parashakthi, and through his devotee also. Yes, I am personally experiencing that. So, with all those inspirations, I offer my deepest gratitude at the sacred lotus feet of Swamiji, who has given me this opportunity to serve as Sarvajñapita and serve to his mission. Thank you.
Beautiful, Aya. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience live and inspiring so many thousands who are there wanting to experience such spiritual experiences, wanting to be blessed to be a part of Kailasa. Thank you so much, Manoranjanji.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, before we move on to the next segment of this program, let's take a short break.
If you start serving others, easily you will get out of many obsessive, compulsive, reactionary patterns and suffocations, violence. If you start serving others, everything will become all right. I want all Annalayas to be open to people. Give free food with the free library. Food for stomach and food for consciousness, both. One book, my Bhagavad Gita, will be gift. Go from house to house, door to door. Collect whatever people can contribute. One handful of rice. It's one of the best spiritual practice. Madhugari Bhiksha. If you guys start doing this, everything, all the best things will be showered on you guys. And Paramashiva more and more will manifest in temple also. If you start serving others, easily you will get out of many obsessive, compulsive, reactionary patterns and suffocations, because obsessive compulsory reactionary patterns. Ritual unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara deities, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Explain the whole science of Avatara, living incarnations, both during the Adi Darshan. They manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask. Independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva. Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is us.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless aura via memory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation.
So next, we are going to be sharing with you how we can experience the deep feeling connection with the Devi Parashakti, awakening of that deep devotion, surrender and gratitude to Devi Parashakti. So the first offering that we have, Ambhavi Sharadara Adhya Sharmani Sharmadayini. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all fears. If there is any gratitude, just listening to Devi Parashakti day in and day out every day, manifesting through the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is to perish. And even during the Corona pandemic, so many devotees being affected but not affected. Devi is protecting, even if they contract the Corona COVID virus, it doesn't do anything to the devotees of Devi Parashakti. She is just protecting them like a mother. So just connect to Devi Parashakti, just offer your gratitude. Thank you, Devi, for happening in our lives and protecting us, our families. We don't know every single day. Here is a small offering of gratitude from our side. Whoever feels that awakening of gratitude, when you see Devi Parashakthi, so only the link is projected in the bottom of the screen. So take a look at the screen and you can go ahead and go.
Beloved ones, in your friends and families who you feel they should be included in your prayers. Here is an opportunity for you to include them in your prayers and do the Sankalpa chanting. Any prayer that you have, before you receive the blessings and grace of Devi
universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed without interest in anything gives that knowledge and wealth of enlightenment. She also gives the wealth that we need to run our day-to-day life, the materialistic wealth as well. So it is from Devi Mahatmyam, the 12th chapter, 34th verse, offerings and wishes one is earning for.
$5, $151, which means she who likes the repetition of her various names. This is the opportunity of offering 1008 names of Devi Parashakthi.